Good evening. We're tracking breaking news tonight. A massive fire has broken out at a propane facility near 40th Street and Washington. We're giving you a live look right now at the thick black smoke from that fire. There are multiple Phoenix fire crews battling this fire, and we understand that about a 1 mile radius around this fire, again at 40th Street and Washington, has been cleared because propane tanks are actually exploding and shooting into the air.
All right, so we want to give you an idea of exactly where this is happening. Here's a map with the area where the fire is burning. At the latest report, this fire is burning very close to the light rail, so trains have now been diverted from that area. Valley Metro is telling us that eastbound trains will now only be traveling to 24th Street and Jefferson Station.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. And on a day like this, where we're at 119 at one point, you can imagine what these firefighters are dealing with as they battle not just a normal structure fire, but a fire that's driven by propane gas.
Yeah, for the past hour, we've been tracking this massive fire. It's near 40th Street and Washington, as Mark said, at that propane facility.
Adriana Loya is live in Phoenix right now. And Adriana, what's the latest that you've learned?
Hey guys, well, we just got here on scene about 15 minutes ago. We're exactly in the corner of Washington and 40th Street, and I want to show you what we have back here. As you can see, we are just south of where this propane business is at, and as you can see, black and gray smoke just billowing constantly for the last 15 minutes since we've been here, as you can tell. Now, I want to have my photographer show you just right here. There, we can see firefighters putting off some type of structure or that possibly was in flames. We don't know. We haven't seen any flames, but this is not where the propane tank fire started. I'm going to have my photographer Andrew pan to the west. This is where the actual business is at. Over here, we see two ladders dumping water. That's where it looks like that's the propane business where this fire actually originated. Now, we talked to some people that were here in the area working that actually saw some and heard the propane tanks starting to explode, and that's actually what prompted them to come out here and see what was going on. I'm gonna bring in Silvestre Becerra. He works here nearby. You are a supervisor at one of the businesses here nearby. You were telling me you guys were just working out here when something caught up you guys' attention. Walk me through what you guys saw and how was it that you guys made out here, and then you told me you saw even some propane tanks exploding in the air. Talk to me about that, Silvestre.
Yeah, so we were just, I work for Epic Valet just right down the street, and we just heard explosions, and one of our coworkers decided to go outside, and that's when he realized that something was on fire. So we got in a vehicle and just came here to the corner, and we just kind of saw it all. We heard a bunch of explosions. We even saw a propane tank fly across and go into the parking lot of Gateway Community College. The flames were insane. It was just a really unfortunate situation. But yeah, we were able to experience it firsthand, and it's something I've never experienced. It was really crazy.
And aside from seeing those propane tanks explode in the air, you also saw some flames, and you shared with us video. We sent it to the newsroom. Hopefully we're working on that to get you guys some of those images, but you also saw some flames shooting up in the air and things like that. Explain for our viewers who were not here when all this started, what exactly you saw when you guys were out here, filming when all this actually started.
Yeah, from the office, we just saw all the black smoke, and by the magnitude of it, we just knew it was a lot. So when we came a lot closer, we saw the flames, and it was literally like 50 feet in the air. And after every propane tank exploded, you can just feel the heat. And we were maybe like 100 or so yards away, but you can definitely feel the flames. It was so hot. It was really crazy.
And even us, I think since we got here, we've been hearing some popping noises, which probably is coming from the fire. But you also heard was it a lot of popping noises going on?
Oh, yeah, definitely, because like I said, we heard the first bit of it. So one of our coworkers, Austin, we just kept hearing banging, banging, banging. He's the one who came outside, and when we came over here to the corner, we just saw a bunch of the propane tanks explode, and it just sounded like, think of like fireworks times 10. It was really insane.
Wow, well, thank you so much, Silvestre. We're happy to hear that you're okay. We also haven't heard any new updates from fire officials, but as you can see, they're working hard right now. And it sounds like they just, started or stopped their water approach in this area. We also, just a few minutes ago, actually, guys, we know that there is an animal shelter right here, and we did see them taking out some of those animals probably to some safety area. So we're going to stay here monitoring this area and bringing you guys the latest on air and online. I'm Adriana Loya in Phoenix, 12 News.